The track temp is 39. The air temp is 26 Celsius. 15 minutes. You really need to get on with it. Here we go. Get ready. Green, green, green.
Howdy everyone.
Okay, Nick. 15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes.
This is a race for the TCR in the Hyundai Veloster N. And we are at the Watkins Glen boot version. Longer track for these cars, but it is a fun track. I am very close to last place. Struggling to have a decent pace on this track. I think it was kind of the same thing for the GT3 cars last season. But I was definitely quicker in the GT3s than I am in the TCRs. We're just gonna have a battle here with
okay. We're still in good shape
a few
here.
of the back cars here. And we'll see how many positions we can gain back so we don't lose too much iRating. Take the off track there so we can go for the
Right
pass
side.
Or maybe it was just a genuine mistake.
Clear right.
Might be able to pick up two at the same time.
On your right. Hold your line. Hold your line. Still there. Clear right.
I think I got excited. I thought he broke early to let me go by, and I ended up overshooting the corner a bit. I definitely could have taken a position there, but and now I'm stuck behind him. We'll have to see what we can make happen. The problem with these 15-minute races is you don't have
On your
much
left.
time. Like, you got to make your moves as fast as
Hold your
possible.
line. Clear left.
Still want to try and drive
Left
safe,
side.
but
Clear left.
see, like, he's already defending pretty hard.
Car right.
I'm trying to take the inside here. We got a speed on
Still there.
but it's tough here.
Clear right. Car right.
Tough
Clear
corner
right.
overall. He ends up running wide. I kind of forced him out that way, but oh
Car left.
jeez. And then we get a
Right side.
nice collision
Clear
there.
right.
And now I remember when this happened during the race, I really thought it was my fault. I thought I pretty much forced him into the wall, but
P17.
I can't afford to really lose a lot of speed.
On your right.
Because, like, if you look at it, we're
Still there.
already 3 seconds behind
Clear right.
P14, just trying to follow this guy.
Right side. Clear right.
He made a few mistakes on a couple corners, and maybe I was a little bit too aggressive. Maybe gave him more room. I could have passed him easier, but it's a tough one. Tough one to follow. Now, I'm not sure if our car's damaged. His car looks a little damaged. He seems a little wiggly. Just driving straight. So now I'm thinking I need to get around this guy. And I might be a bit too aggressive about it again, but I'm try and drive as safe as possible. And it's
Left
tough
side.
when
Hold your line.
my car
Clear
just seems so much
left.
faster, and he's forced to take a defensive line. Or maybe I'm forcing him to take defensive lines. This is just something I need to learn. Kind of making mistakes all over the place. Should have definitely practiced more
Car right.
or something, but I just wanted to
Still
jump
there.
into a race. Had a busy week.
Clear right.
Wanted to jump into a race and get something uploaded. And this seemed like a decent enough race.
Looking car, not a bulldozer.
So there's someone that's off there on the right. So that's another position
I don't
there.
recall ever being hitting you, the one that ran me.
On your
And
right.
here comes another one. Oh,
Hold your line.
kind of clipped them
Clear
there.
right.
That was another one.
Left
I
side.
really thought it was completely my fault.
Hold your line. Clear left.
The leader has just done a
I would say
158.4.
that's another racing
Right
incident.
side.
Because he slowed down way
Still
too
there.
much. I probably went out too
Hold your line.
wide, but it almost looked like he was cutting the
Still there.
corner a little bit
Clear right.
more than he needed
B14.
to.
On your right. Hold your line. Clear
So
right.
slowed me down enough. The pink Honda Civic ended up catching up, forcing me to take an odd line through there, and they both managed to pass me. So I pretty much accepted the fact that these are the two people I'm going to be competing against for the rest of the race. So we'll see what happens here. Gotta be careful in these chicanes. People take it differently every time. Give him a little tap there. He ends up not running wide. Looked like he was going to there.
Car left.
We have a lot more speed here.
Clear left.
All right,
I'm
Nick,
really
10
sorry
minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
if you do end up
Go
watching
behind
this.
you
I
anyway.
really
The
didn't
gaps now,
mean
0.2. Well done, good pass.
to be so aggressive with you. Just kind of sort of happened that way. Nothing was intentional on my part there. Looks like somebody had some issues in
Hold your
front,
nerve.
but
Make them do the work.
still pretty far ahead. It's gonna be tough to catch up. Now we gotta defend, but I think I've got more pace than him overall, so shouldn't have to defend too much unless I start struggling on some corners. So you can look back and we see him really close still. And he's probably got some damage as well, which doesn't help him at all. Yeah, I was really struggling to take these high-speed corners with the TCR. Not too sure what the trick is.
P15.
Need to get a
That
good
lap time
exit
was
here.
2:01.4.
That was pretty good. Managed to avoid the off track too, looking behind me. He's staying pretty close now too. It's been great though. I did 2 races out here, and you know there's at least a few splits compared to the Winton races, and on these I guess more well-known tracks it is a lot better competition overall. It's too bad I'm fighting for, you know, 15th position instead of anything higher, but still fun racing just overall. Still learning the car, still learning the series.
The gap ahead
Trying
is
to
now
learn the racecraft a
0.7.
little bit better as well.
Halfway home, we've got plenty of fuel.
I did remember to save the replay this time, which probably indicates a little bit more chill of an ending. He runs out wide here. He's in the grass, so I know we're probably catching up here, so I try and take a little bit wider, but actually end up cutting the corner. I thought I was a little bit further in, couldn't really tell exactly when to turn in. Get a nice gap now behind. There's a decent exit there. Now, I'm not sure in the Veloster, it seems to like the lower gears a little bit more. I'm not sure if it's better to shift down there or just keep it in 4th. He gets a pretty bad entrance and exit there, so I should be able to get him here. Yeah, we got quite a run on him.
Right
Gotta
side.
be careful around these corners
Clear
because
right.
pretty dangerous to pass in them. But once you're on the straight,
Car left.
it's easy to just take the inside,
Hold
brake a
your
little
line.
bit later than usual.
Clear left.
He broke early, letting me by, so it's pretty nice of him.
Well done, Nick.
Still
Great
take that
move. Keep it up.
pretty cleanly there. And now it's a tough road, you know, we've got 5 minutes left and a 3-second gap in front. Not much we can do here. Now if I was a little bit more aggressive and quicker at the start, might have been able to gain some more positions. But played it passive and still ended up being a little bit too aggressive. Got our elbows dirty a little bit. It's too bad that we had those collisions.
Yellow flag, caution.
Oh geez, a car right in the middle, taking out somebody. it's kind of an opportunity for us. Kind of forced to take a weird line there.
Yeah, that was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I agree with that.
That's 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes.
So 5 minutes left, about 3 laps to go. Kind of made a bit of ground there. Let's see how many positions we gained from that.
I forgive you for...
I'm looking bad down to my best lap time and stuff. I've got no HUD right now. I remember when I said I was going to put the new mirror, but I'm like, oh, you know what? I'll try and keep VR as immersive as possible. No HUD. Keep the virtual mirror off. And it is actually quite fun driving like this. It is quite immersive. I should almost do a point of view cam of driving my Veloster in real life just to see how close it is. Like maybe I could adjust the seat back a little bit. I think I might be a bit too close. But I don't know, it feels pretty comfortable. I'm really starting to enjoy VR quite a bit. It's tough to do longer sessions. Like I could probably do, you know, 20 minutes pretty easily, but I'd have to work my way up to 40 minutes in 1 hour. So at this point, I've almost just accepted the fact that I'm way too slow.
You've used half your fuel.
We did manage to get up to P12, which is a meh finish. Now that I know that the competition's a little bit fiercer, I thought I was going to get another freebie like at Winton, but that wasn't new track for everybody. These people might already be familiar with these tracks. Or I just need to get the race done Monday when the series drops. Because I want to spend more time practicing the GT3s. It's more of my competitive series, especially doing the endurance races on Sunday. Gotta make sure I practice that more. I don't have much time to practice the TCRs as much as I would like, but this one, maybe if I would spent, you know, another half hour just doing laps, I might have been able to lower myself down to consistent 159s, which
10 minutes of fuel
probably
remaining.
would leave me exactly where I am now. So we'll just jump into races, see what we can do with as little practice as we need. Just get familiar with the track and get within
All right,
pace.
Nick, the next car is Young.
So yeah, guys, please let me know what you think of the incidents at the beginning of the race. I'd like to know if they were completely my fault. It's something I'm trying to fix. We all make mistakes sometimes, but I do want to learn how to drive closer to people and try and learn when to back off and when to know to take, you know, a turn extra wide to gain some speed on exit because you force them on the inside or something. Because like this race, there's a couple times like when you hit the wall, I probably could have went into that corner slower, but since I was so close to him hitting the wall ended up hitting me. And he might think it's my fault, and if he does, I would probably agree with him a little bit. I might have been forcing him or pressuring him into that wall a little bit, but because he wasn't really in a position to brake either, because I was right on his tail. And then the other incident of forcing him wide out in this corner, it just seemed like he took a very sharp line. Instead of going, you know, inside to wide like that, he turned in late and kind of tried to cut the corner that way, but I was already taking the inside, and I could have probably went a bit slower to make sure I don't force him on the outside, but
one more lap to go. Your last lap time was
I ended up just taking it normally, hoping that I was just past him. So we got white flag, got a second gap behind. I was actually stressing out here because I'm like, I think they're catching up to me, but they haven't moved too much. I was actually slowly catching up to people in front. Yeah, gaining a second and a bit. It's really important to be able to qualify well in these races to really stay on top, because I find race-ending crashes don't happen too often. I mean, I've only done 3 races now in this series, and I have seen some cars spun out and stuff, but these cars seem very easy to not make spin or crash into walls or anything like you see in the GT3s. Like, it's almost every race you'll have somebody lose control and end up causing a wreck or wrecking themselves on the wall. This series you really need to be fast all the way through, because almost everybody's making it to the finish line. We're gonna finish P12 here, losing 23 I rating, probably quite a bit of safety rating. Not the cleanest race, not my best race.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate.
Oh, somebody else is off. Just kind of cutting crap. Oh, almost backed up into
Come on,
there.
Nick. Push, push, push. We can
So
get this guy.
that's a position there. He must have got punted because
My gosh.
he's not too happy about it either.
Yeah, good race opportunity.
A decent race. Could have been better. Try and qualify a little bit higher, but that's about it.
P11. Okay,
Thanks a lot,
that's
guys.
the finish.
Have a good
Well
night.
done, mate.